Hello, this is Anthony Parent, tax attorney at IRS Medic, and I want to talk to you today about tax relief. And if you are in the need, I want to let you know there is hope. And here's the thing, about 6% of American taxpayers will experience some sort of a tax problem this year, so you are not alone. Now some problems, and most problems are small, some are big, and some are nightmares. With the tax code so complex and so invasive, it seems kind of strange that Americans actually need to hire attorneys to fight their own government. And we can't change that overnight. So we need to deal with the cards we have straight on. And a question that you probably want to ask is, can you handle the IRS on your own? And sure, absolutely. If you have nothing to lose or nothing to gain. If it's a bill or charge you don't mind paying, you can afford to pay, or are totally destitute and plan on being for the rest of your life, you can certainly handle the IRS on your own. But for the rest of us, the IRS is simply the most powerful agency in the world. So what can be done? Well, basically, for all tax problems can be split up in two different types of problems. One is you really don't owe the amount the IRS says that you owe. The other is you can't afford to say what you agree that you owe. And sometimes it is a combination, but there is always a solution. So how do we get to the promised land? Well, we've developed 5 steps, and now I'm going to share with you the 5 steps that have been the key to our clients' success. And step 1 is that you need to be in current compliance, and that means your withholding and your estimated payments are complete and submitted in. The IRS doesn't mind negotiating any old tax debt, but they don't want a new tax debt to incur while they're negotiating. And step 2 is investigation. Every case needs to be thoroughly investigated, and the IRS doesn't do a great job of explaining to taxpayers exactly what's going on. And so many times when we start a case, we find out something that the taxpayer was totally surprised by. Step 3 is past compliance. We got to make sure that we get your old taxes filed in order to negotiate with the IRS. Step 4, this is where we do. We want to take a look at your financial analysis, and we're going to structure some things around to take advantage of rules that will allow you to pay the least amount to the IRS. Because what that does is that steps up step 5. And that's going to be your collection alternative. And what that is that determines what you can pay and how you can pay it. And here we would get into partial payment installment agreement, an offering compromise, currently not collectible, even bankruptcy is a big option, or penalty abatement. And that really, in these solutions, they're going to get your life back so that you can focus on your career, your family, building a wealth for a secure future. Now, to get to that final step, it requires that we advocate for you fully by focusing on the best possible facts and minimizing bad facts. Researching the law and pointing out to the IRS the rules they must follow. Shortcuts are taken all the time. This is what you need to know. Revenue officers, revenue examiners, they're not attorneys. And just like you can imagine, if you were working at a large organization with a bunch of different rules, you probably wouldn't have the time to go to the rule book all the time. Rather, you would just take a look to see what your coworkers were doing and see what you could get away with, and that's probably what you would do. So many times we have to point out to the IRS that they're not following their own rule book. Because getting permanent relief requires that we build and document your case with incredible detail and precision. And ideally, we articulate an optimum solution by applying the facts to the relevant law in such a persuasive manner the IRS has no choice but to accept. But guess what? No tax attorney can make the IRS do anything. So if the IRS won't be reasonable, well, by trying this administrative remedy, we've already built a rock-solid case for tax court if we need to get relief there. So essentially, tax relief, do not give up. Just get the right help. And I do want to talk about a true story, untreated. Tax problems can lead to divorce, chronic unemployment, chronic poverty, loss of freedom, loss at any chance of feeling human again, and unfortunately tragedy. This is a true story. A client of ours was attempted to get tax relief by hiring one of these national tax resolution firms and spent some money there. He ended up having to deal with the IRS himself, and he got involved in a petty battle with a revenue officer. He hired us, and we were about at our step 2, 2-3 weeks after he hired us, and then we found out that he took his own life. It got a little too much for you. It's that serious. He left a wife and a daughter, and the thing is, his problem we could have solved pretty easily. So what I'm trying to say is, why waste another day of your life? Because don't you deserve peace of mind? Don't you deserve security? Don't you deserve a decent shot at happiness? If you're watching this, and what I'm saying is making sense, it's not too late to put all these bad feelings and anguish away permanently. It can be done. All you need is some really talented people on your side. It is so easy to make that happen. For real tax relief, call my office to schedule a free consultation with the tax relief specialist at IRS Medic. My number is 888-477-4257 or email info@irsmedic. If you're still unsure what to do, please visit my website, irsmedic.com, for free reports you can't get anywhere else. And thanks for watching.